बायोमॉलिक्यूल्स, दिस इज आवर लास्ट चैप्टर. जो बायोकेमिस्ट्री है, बायोकेमिस्ट्री इज द स्टडी ऑफ what goes on within the living system, and it is again divided into two different parts: bioorganic chemistry and bioinorganic chemistry. We are interested, or our syllabus includes only bioorganic chemistry. So इस particular context में biomolecules में we will be analyzing carbohydrates, proteins in detail. vitamins के बारे में हमारे एनसीईआरटी टेक्स्ट बुक में 2 पेजेस है. यू नीड टू गो थ्रू दोस 2 पेजेस. एंड विटामिन डेफिशिएंसी से कौन सा डिसीजेस आता है, किस डेफिशिएंसी से कौन सा डिसीज आएगा, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है. यू विल गेट डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन इन नीट एंड जेईई मेंस. ओके, so you need to remember those things. The most abundant organic compound present on earth is D-glucose. What does this D represent? We will understand in this lecture. Plus indicates it is dextrorotatory. Okay, it is a chiral molecule and it is dextrorotatory. And this D-glucose is synthesized in the leaves of the plants using CO2, H2 and sunlight with the help of chlorophyll. And the D-glucose is stored as glycogen in the liver, and it is transported to the liver via bloodstream. Okay, and whenever you want energy, that glycogen will be transported through the bloodstream, and वहाँ पे it will be converting into glucose and you will be getting the energy. Glycogen is also called as animal starch. ये भी important question है. Okay, animal starch is nothing but glycogen. It is stored as starch in the seeds. It is stored as starch in the seeds, which is used as food for the newly growing plants. And D-glucose is also a component of cellulose, which provides framework for the structure of the plants. Okay, these are some of the molecules in which we have glucose as monomer unit. Starch में, cellulose में, glycogen में, glucose acts as monomer. Group of monomers combine to form a polymer. इनके बारे में भी देखेंगे हम. cellulose, starch और glycogen के बारे में भी देखते हैं. Okay, so we will start with carbohydrates. After that we will go to proteins. Carbohydrates. So classical definition में carbohydrates जो है, they were thought to be hydrates of carbon. Hydrates of carbon मतलब carbon along with some water molecules. CxH2O times is considered to be the general formula for carbohydrates. So if you take glucose or fructose, their formula is C6H12O6. You can write this as C6H2O 6 times, which is nothing but hydrate of carbon. Similarly, sucrose, C12H22O11. You can also write this as C12H2O11 times. Okay. So, general classical definition. सबसे starting में carbohydrates were thought to be hydrates of carbon. But there are some molecules which fit into this form, but they are not carbohydrates. And there are some molecules which doesn't fit into this formula, but they are still carbohydrates. Like if you take acetic acid, CH3COH formula hai. You can write this as C2H4O2, and you can represent that as C2H2O twice. So this also looks as a hydrate of carbon, but it is not a carbohydrate. Acetic acid is not a carbohydrate. Similarly, Rhamnose जो है उसका formula C6H12O5 है. This is a carbohydrate. This is a carbohydrate, but it doesn't fit into the formula CxH2O5. Okay, so ये जो definition है गलत है. Hydrates of carbon करके बोलना carbohydrates मतलब वो गलत है. Modern definition says that carbohydrates are optically active polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones. Everyone remember this. A carbohydrate is always an optically active compound. It is an optically active polyhydroxy. Polyhydroxy matlab you should have more than one OH. Polyhydroxy, either it can be an aldehyde or a ketone. ये जो glucose है, it is polyhydroxy aldehyde है. Fructose जो है, it is polyhydroxy ketone. उसके अंदर ketone group रहता है fructose में. Glucose के अंदर you have aldehyde group. Okay, so modern definition says that carbohydrates are optically active polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones, or any such compounds which produce these polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones on hydrolysis. Okay, because polymers में आप लोग को कभी कभी वो जो aldehyde और ketone का part नहीं दिख सकता है. In that case, if you are doing hydrolysis of them, you will get the aldehyde and the ketone part. Okay. So what are carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones which are necessarily optically active. If they are optically inactive, they shouldn't be called as carbohydrate. They will definitely be optically active. I hope this is clear. Classification of carbohydrates based on the functional group present. You can have a functional group as aldehyde or you can have the functional group as ketone. If it is an aldehyde, it is called as aldose. If it is a ketone, it is called as ketose. Okay. Further, polyhydroxyaldehyde is also called as aldose. Polyhydroxyketone is also called as ketose. Aldehyde के लिए example glucose है, ketone के example fructose है. So based on functional groups, they are derived or they are separated as polyhydroxyaldehyde or a polyhydroxyketone. Reducing nature. A reducing sugar, non-reducing sugar करके दो रहता है हमारे पास. For now, understand that reducing sugars are those sugars which can give positive tolerance, Fellings and Benedict's test. All sugars which give positive tolerance, Fellings and Benedict's tests are considered as reducing sugars. जो sugars ये test को नहीं दे पाता है, मतलब you won't be having a silver mirror in case of tolerance reagent. You won't be getting a brick red precipitate in case of Fellings or Benedict solution. Okay. In that particular case, the sugars are considered as non-reducing sugars. ये जो examples है, ये हमारे syllabus का examples है, मतलब हमारे जो NCERT textbook में है, these are considered as reducing sugars and non-reducing sugar. Sucrose is considered as non-reducing sugar. Okay, ये examples तो आप लोग को definitely पता होना चाहिए. इनके अलावा in the exam, they will be giving you structures of the molecules and they will ask you if it is a reducing sugar or a non-reducing sugar. ये most common question है. Okay. वो कैसे करना है वो आगे देखेंगे हम. And glucose, fructose, lactose, maltose, ये भी reducing sugars क्यों होता है? We will understand that while seeing their structures. Okay. Okay. So what are reducing sugars? Anyone?
Which give positive tolerance, Fellings and Benedict's test.
Very good. Which gives positive tolerance, Fellings and Benedict's test. Non-reducing sugars मतलब वो test नहीं देंगे. Okay. So based on the reducing nature, they are classified as reducing and non-reducing. Based on sweetness, they are sugars and non-sugars. जो sugar जो है, it is derived from the word saccharon. ये जो carbohydrates है, they are also called as saccharides. Okay, that saccharide term is derived from the word saccharon, which means sugar in Greek. Okay, so based on sweetness, they are classified as sugars and non-sugars. Based on the number of carbon atoms, if you are having 3 carbon atoms, it is called as triose. 4 carbon atoms, tetrose. 5 carbon atoms, pentose. 6 carbon atoms, hexose. Okay, if it is an aldehyde, you can also call it as aldotriose, aldotetrose, aldopentose, aldohexose. If it is a ketone, you can call it as a ketotetrose, ketopentose, ketohexose. Okay. O's, again, O's indicates sugar. If you are having a CHO group, it is called as aldose. If you are having a keto group, it is called as ketose. Okay. ये वाला classification important है. Based on the products, number of products upon hydrolysis. Monosaccharides मतलब these doesn't give or they don't undergo hydrolysis. They are the monomer units of several other polymers. Okay, so monosaccharides matlab you will be having only one unit and which won't be undergoing any hydrolysis. Example, glucose, fructose and galactose. These are monomer units which form basic units for several other polymers. ये जो glucose है, it is part of cellulose, it is part of starch, it is part of glycogen. Fructose जो है, it is part of sucrose. Okay. Monosaccharides मतलब क्या है? Which doesn't undergo hydrolysis. Oligosaccharides, these can undergo hydrolysis and they produce 2 to 10 molecules upon hydrolysis. मतलब 2 to 10 monomer units रहेंगे इनके अंदर. Example, sucrose, lactose and maltose. Polysaccharides मतलब if you are getting more than 10 units of monomers upon hydrolysis, it is called as polysaccharide. Okay. Suppose if you have a dimer मतलब 2 molecules से बना हुआ. So dimer को break करने के लिए हमको एक water molecule use होता है hydrolysis करने के लिए. If you are having a trimer मतलब 3 it is made up of 3 monomer units. 3 monomer units मतलब you will be having 2 linkages M और M. So इसको break करने के लिए you will be requiring 2 water molecules. Okay. So dimer को break करने के लिए एक water molecule, trimer को break करने के लिए 3 water molecules. वैसा ही अगर 4 monomer units से बना हुआ तो कितना water molecules लगेगा? 3, so on so forth. So if any polymer which is made up of n monomer units, you will require n-1 water molecules to break the entire polymer. For a polysaccharide containing n units, n-1 water molecules are required for hydrolysis. Okay. Polysaccharides के लिए example से cellulose, starch and glycogen. What is glycogen?
It is a stored form of glucose.
It is animal starch which is stored in liver. Okay. ठीक है. So let us start with monosaccharides. Monosaccharides में we will see glucose, galactose, mannose. Ketohexose में we will be seeing fructose. इनका structures के बारे में analyze करेंगे. Most important things are glucose and fructose. Okay. So first we will start with glucose, preparation methods of glucose. You can get glucose upon hydrolysis of sucrose, and this reaction is also called as inversion of cane sugar. ये जो sucrose है, it is dextrorotatory, and इसको hydrolysis करने के बाद you will get glucose and fructose. ये जो दो C6H12O6 लिखा ना, one of the C6H12O6 is glucose and the other is fructose. ग्लूकोज जो है वो डेक्स्ट्रोरोटेटरी है एंड फ्रुक्टोज जो है लीवोरोटेटरी है. ये जो शुगर है इनिशियल सुक्रोज जो है इट इज डेक्स्ट्रोरोटेटरी. दिस रिएक्शन इज कॉल्ड एज इन्वर्शन ऑफ केन शुगर बिकॉज ये रिएक्शन होने के बाद स्टार्टिंग में सॉल्यूशन इज डेक्स्ट्रोरोटेटरी. रिएक्शन होने के बाद ये जो मिक्सचर का नेट रोटेशन इज लीवो. दिस इज कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ डेक्स्ट्रो एंड लीवो. इसका रोटेशन ज्यादा होगा व्हेन कंपेयर्ड टू दिस, हेंस द ओवरऑल इफेक्ट इज लीवो रोटेशन. Okay, hence the reaction is called as inversion of cane sugar. समझ में आया? This we have seen in chemical kinetics chapter 2, inversion of cane sugar. Any doubt? Commercial method है by doing hydrolysis of polymers of glucose, which are starch and cellulose. इसका acidic hydrolysis किया तो you will get only glucose because starch and cellulose are made up of only glucose. अगर in case ये जो starch and cellulose if they are made up of any other monomer unit too, then you will get mixture of glucose plus that monomer. But this is made up of only glucose, hence you are getting glucose. यहाँ तक clear है?
हाँ.
Okay. What is the formula of glucose? Formula C6H12O6.
C6H12O6.
Okay. So ये जो ग्लूकोज का स्ट्रक्चर डिटरमाइन करने के लिए there are several experiments which eventually led to the structure of glucose. So we need to understand the experiments and हर एक experiment के बाद क्या क्या conclusion आया. Those will be asked as questions. Okay. So we will see the determination of structure of the glucose. बहुत important है. Everyone concentrate. Determination of structure okay. ये जो ग्लूकोज है, is it an aldohexose or aldoketose?
Aldohexose.
Okay. Sorry, aldoketose बोला क्या मैंने? Ketohexose. Glucose is aldohexose. Hexose indicates it is made up of 6 carbons. Aldo indicates it is made up of aldehyde. Okay. Aldohexose. And it is dextrorotatory. As it is dextrorotatory, it is also called as dextrose. Okay. And it forms, or it is the monomer unit of starch, cellulose, glycogen, and it is most abundant organic compound on earth. Okay, let us see the experiments which led to the determination of structure of the glucose. Okay, सबसे पहले, if you want to get formula of any given compound, which analysis will you do? Suppose एक compound है, उसके अंदर उस particular compound का empirical formula या molecular formula हमको निकालना है. हम करते क्या है उसके लिए? We will do the mass percentage analysis of different elements. By doing the mass percentage analysis and the vapor density analysis, सब करने के बाद you, and by knowing the molecular weight, you can first get the empirical formula. By knowing the molecular weight, from that you can get the molecular formula, right? So already मैं ये मान रहा हूँ ये जो ग्लूकोज का फॉर्मूला है C6H12O6, that is given, that is known. Okay, and वो करेंगे कैसे? By doing the mass percentage analysis. Okay, so already मैं ये consider कर रहा हूँ molecular formula of glucose is known. And it is C6H12O6. Okay. Next एक reaction लिख रहा हूँ. So if you have a glucose, general representation for glucose, if you are treating with HI, and heat for a very long time, prolonged heating with HI, reaction with HI, red phosphorus plus HI के साथ होता क्या है? Reduction. It is very good reducing agent. So इसके साथ जब reaction करवाया HI के साथ, we got N-hexane CH3 CH2 4 times CH3. The alcohol and the aldehyde part will be converting into alkane. So you got N-hexane. So from this experiment, what can you conclude? Glucose लिया, उसके ऊपर HI ऐड किया. I got N-hexane. What can you conclude from this experiment? Can I say all the carbons are linked in straight chain? If all the carbons are not attached in straight chain, you will not get N-hexane. You will get some other branched compound. Okay. So N-hexane मिलने से मैं ये conclude कर सकता हूँ, all the 6 carbons which are present inside glucose are attached in straight chain. There are no branches. Okay. So ये जो experiment है, this proves all carbons are connected in a straight chain. Okay, I hope this is clear. Next experiment. If I treat glucose with NH2OH, hydroxylamine, or HCN, if I treat glucose with hydroxylamine or HCN, hydroxylamine के साथ it formed oxime NH2OH, and with HCN it formed cyanohydrin. With HCN it formed cyanohydrin, and with hydroxylamine it formed oxime. Reaction of ammonia and ammonia derivatives with aldehydes or ketones. करना क्या है? You need to remove CHO. So you will get यहाँ पे CH. You need to remove H2O, right? CH double bond N bond OH. This is called as oxime. So जो hydroxylamine और HCN के साथ HCN और aldehydes ketones का reaction क्या है? They will be forming cyanohydrin. Reaction में वो जो solution है, it is made slightly alkaline in order to have CN minus, वो जो nucleophile है greater amount में. If you are making the solution highly alkaline, then OH minus will also compete with CN minus in the nucleophilic addition reaction. याद है ये? So with HCN, cyanohydrin मिला OH, and with hydroxylamine there is formation of oxime. What can you conclude from these two reactions? ये जो cyanohydrin reaction और oxime reaction जो भी है, these are the reactions for which functional group? Aldehydes, ketones, carbonyl compounds के लिए. ये जो reactions है, these are the reactions for carbonyl compounds. So by this reaction, I can conclude there has to be a carbonyl group inside the glucose molecule. It can be an aldehyde, it can be a ketone. ये हमें पता नहीं, because aldehydes and ketones, both of them will give you oximes and both of them will form cyanohydrin. दोनों के साथ ये reaction होगा. From this particular experiment, we are just concluding that the glucose molecule will definitely have a carbonyl group. Okay. वो aldose aldehyde होगा या ketone होगा, वो next reaction में देखते हैं. Okay. So ये जो particular reaction है, this proves presence of carbonyl compound or carbonyl group presence of carbonyl group in the compound. Clear? Next reaction. When glucose is treated with Br2 and H2O, Br2H2O acts as mild oxidizing agent. Okay, when glucose is treated with Br2 and H2O, which acts as mild oxidizing agent. If there is ketone, is there any possibility for oxidation? Ketones का oxidation करना आसान होगा या मुश्किल होगा? मुश्किल है ना, because there is no acidic hydrogen. If you have an aldehyde, in that case C double bond or H, वो जो hydrogen है, it is oxidizable hydrogen or an acidic hydrogen. So that particular hydrogen can be converted into OH and the aldehyde can be converted into carboxylic acid. Oxidation of aldehyde will give you carboxylic acid. ये जो ketones का oxidation करना मुश्किल होगा only vigorous conditions में, like KMnO4, K2Cr2O7 heat or Bayer's reagent. Okay. Not Bayer's reagent के साथ कुछ नहीं होगा, ये वाला Bayer-Villiger oxidation. Okay. You can either use KMnO4, K2Cr2O7 heat or you can do Bayer-Villiger oxidation, then only ketones का oxidation होता है. So by adding Br2H2O, there is a reaction and वो जो particular compound है, ये reaction हुआ करके कैसे पता चलेगा? Br2 is reddish brown in color. It will be decolorized. And वो जो CHO है, it got converted into COOH. So from this reaction, what can you conclude?
Aldehyde is present.
Very good. Aldehyde is present. अगर वो reddish brown color decolorize नहीं होता तो we can say ketone is present because ketones का oxidation नहीं होगा mild oxidizing agent के साथ. Okay. And the product formed, very very important, the product formed is called as gluconic acid. Gluconic acid. If it is not glucose, if it is any other aldose, it will be called as aldonic acid. Okay, clear. So what does this experiment prove? Proves presence of aldehyde group. Okay, next experiment. If we add a strong oxidizing agent like concentrated HNO3, concentrated HNO3 is also an oxidizing agent. It is a strong oxidizing agent. उस particular case में अब ये बताओ, out of 1 degree and 2 degree alcohol, which is more oxidizable? Out of 1 degree and 2 degree alcohols, which is more oxidizable?
1 degree.
1 degree alcohol, because you have 2 oxidizable hydrogens. In 2 degree alcohol, you will be having only 1 oxidizable hydrogen. So when you add concentrated HNO3, उस particular case में there is oxidation of both the CHO as well as 1 degree alcohol. CHO if we are adding concentrated HNO3, this is strong oxidizing agent. This oxidized both the CHO part as well as 1 degree alcohol part into carboxylic acid. CHOH 4 times and ये वाला भी COH. Okay. The acid that is formed, it is called as glucaric acid. Glucaric acid. Gluconic acid में क्या हुआ? Only CHO got oxidized into COOH. Glucaric acid में both CHO as well as CH2OH converted into COOH. This glucaric acid also called as saccharic acid. Okay. If it is not glucose, कोई other aldose है तो it will be called as aldaric acid. I hope this is clear. So इससे confirmation क्या मिलेगा हमको? Proves presence of 1 degree alcohol. यहाँ तक क्लियर आपको? ये 5 एक्सपेरिमेंट्स. पहले क्या किया? We have reacted that with HI. It led to the formation of N-hexane. From that observation, we concluded all the carbons must be attached in straight chain. उसके बाद हम हाइड्रोक्सिल अमाइन और HCN के साथ रिएक्शन करवाया. Both the reagents got reacted and led to the formation of oxime and cyanohydrin. From that, we concluded that the glucose must have a carbonyl group. अभी वो जो carbonyl group है, it can be an aldehyde or a ketone. To understand that, we have added a mild oxidizing agent. Upon addition of mild oxidizing agent only, वो जो aldehyde है, it got converted into COOH and the product is called as gluconic acid. Hence, we concluded the carbonyl group has to be an aldehyde. उसके बाद हमने HNO3 ऐड किया, which is a slightly stronger oxidizing agent. It converted both aldehyde and the primary alcohol into COOH. Okay. Last experiment है और last observation. ये जो glucose है, if it is treated with acetic anhydride, what is the reaction of anhydride with alcohol? If it is treated with acetic anhydride,
carboxylic acid.
What is the reaction of an anhydride with alcohol? Ester मिलेगा ना? Acid plus alcohol or acid derivative plus alcohol will give you ester. Acid derivative में you can add an acid anhydride or acid chloride. Okay, so this led to the formation of a pentaester, or 5 molecules or 5 moles or 5 equivalents of anhydride is consumed. ये जो है, I can abbreviate this as, this is also written as AC2O. Okay, so ये जो product मिलता है, this is written as CHO CH OAC. AC indicates CS3 C double bond O. Okay, OAC 4 times, यहाँ पे भी CH2 OAC. इसमें हुआ क्या है? There is formation of pentaester. What can you conclude from this? 5 moles of acetic anhydride are consumed, which resulted in the formation of a pentaester. What can you conclude from this observation? Pentaester बनने के लिए you need to have a penta alcohol. Glucose में if you have 5 OH groups, then only those 5 OH groups will react with this acetic anhydride to form a pentaester. So from this, I can conclude there has to be 5 OH groups present in glucose molecule. Is this clear? We also know that 2 OH groups on the same carbon atom is unstable. So जो 5 OH groups जो भी रहेगा, all of them must be present on different carbon atoms only. Okay? समझ में आया? यहाँ पे देखो, एक CHO ग्रुप हो गया, उसके बाद 5 OH ग्रुप्स जो है, those 5 OH groups must be present on 5 different carbon atoms. Then only we can have a stable glucose. If they are present on the same carbon atoms, it will be unstable. Okay. So ये experiment क्या prove करता है? This experiment proves presence of 5 OH and since it is a stable compound, all OH are present on all OH are present on different carbons. Okay? Clear? So final हमको structure कैसे मिला glucose का? You are having a CHO group. You are having a CHO group. You are having 6 carbons attached in straight chain because you are getting N-hexane. Okay. And on the carbons, you are having OH groups. Okay. So this is the basic skeleton for glucose. Okay. Once observe in this given compound, ये जो particular carbon है, this is chiral because it is attached to 4 different groups. Similarly, this is also a chiral. This carbon is also chiral. This carbon is also chiral. Is the molecule symmetrical?
No.
No. If you are having asymmetrical compound, what will be the number of stereoisomers possible? Based on 4 chiral carbons, stereoisomers कितना बनेंगे?
16.
2 power 4, which is equal to 16. 16 possible configurations. Okay. अब तक हम जो भी एक्सपेरिमेंट्स किया उससे बेसिक स्केलेटन मिला और उसमें भी हमारे पास 16 कॉन्फ़िगरेशंस पॉसिबल है. 16 possible configurations exist, and out of those 16 configurations, only one configuration is of D-glucose. Okay. And that stereochemistry was determined by a scientist called Fisher. उसके लिए भी उसने बहुत experiments किया है. Our syllabus doesn't include them. और जो exact structure of glucose, out of those 16 structures, one structure is of glucose. Okay. That is determined by Fisher, and वो structure है, यहाँ पे draw करता हूँ. Everyone observe. You have CHO. You have CH2OH. इस कार्बन पे OH राइट हैंड साइड पे है, हाइड्रोजन लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे है। इस कार्बन पे उल्टा होगा, यहाँ पे OH, यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन, फिर से यहाँ पे OH, यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन। ओके, दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ D-glucose, and this D-glucose is dextrorotatory, hence positive. ओके, ये जो स्टीरियोकेमिस्ट्री है was determined by Fischer. Is this clear? इनके डिटेल्स में नहीं जाएंगे, वो कैसे डिटरमाइन हुआ एग्जैक्ट। ओके, वो बेसिक स्केलेटन कैसे डिटरमाइन हुआ वो ही हमारे सिलेबस में है। यहाँ तक क्लियर है आई होप। नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट डज द D रिप्रेजेंट। ये जो D है, D represents the relative configuration D represents the relative configuration and has nothing to do with the sign of optical rotation. With the sign of मतलब that D doesn't mean it is dextrorotatory. ये जो D होते हुए you can have levorotatory compound too. Okay. D and L indicate the relative configuration D and L indicate the relative configuration of a particular stereoisomer. मतलब क्या है, ये जो कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है इट इज असाइंड और इट इज डन by choosing the simplest carbohydrate is glyceraldehyde. Okay, simplest carbohydrate glyceraldehyde as reference. मतलब क्या है, can anyone help me with the structure of the simplest carbohydrate which is glyceraldehyde? कार्बोहाइड्रेट का मतलब क्या है, it is polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone which is optically active. हमको ऑप्टिकली एक्टिव मॉलिक्यूल ड्रॉ करना है, it has to be polyhydroxy सो एक CH2OH हुआ और एक OH यहाँ पे लगाओ हाइड्रोजन, एंड इफ दिस इज CHO, इज दिस पॉलीहाइड्रोक्सीआल्डिहाइड
हाँ
एंड दिस इज कायरल, राइट? ये जो कार्बन है ये कायरल है. सो इट कैन हैव टू फॉर्म्स. एक ये हुआ, दूसरा उसका मिरर इमेज. OH, H, CH2OH and CHO. ओके, ये जो पहले जो ड्रॉ किया था, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज डी ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड. And this is called as L-glyceraldehyde. ओके, ये जो बॉटम मोस्ट पार्ट जो है इन एनी मॉलिक्यूल, इफ द बॉटम मोस्ट पार्ट, मतलब ये जो CH2OH के साथ जो भी पार्ट रहेगा, if this is similar to the top glyceraldehyde, D-glyceraldehyde, then it will be called as D compound. ये वाला पार्ट देखो, this is similar to the top D-glyceraldehyde ना, hence this is called as D-glucose. अगर यहीं पे अगर ये जो OH है लेफ्ट साइड रहता तो then it will be called as L. लेफ्ट साइड रहने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा, इसका एंटायर मिरर इमेज देखो. If you are taking the mirror image of this, the OH will be shifted to left. So then the bottommost part will be identified like this, right? L-glyceraldehyde. In that case, it will be called as L-glucose. So D और L जो है mirror images होना चाहिए. मतलब आप लोग केवल इसको ही उल्टा कर लिया तो then it will be called as L, but it need not be glucose, क्योंकि बाकी सब वैसा ही फिक्स किया है ना. L glucose मतलब क्या होगा, इसका मिरर इमेज होगा एग्जैक्ट. D and L forms are mirror images of each other. Okay? And always whenever you are representing the carbohydrate, we usually place the most oxidized carbon at the top. ये CHO aldehyde state में है ना, so this is the most oxidized carbon. Most oxidized carbon is at top. Always वैसा ही शो करते हैं. आप लोग ऊपर से CH2OH के साथ रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, बट वैसे शो नहीं करेंगे. We will usually place the most oxidized carbon at the top. Okay? And D और L का मतलब क्या है, वो जो simplest aldehyde जो है D glyceraldehyde, D में you will keep the OH on the right hand side and L में you will keep the OH on the left hand side. Okay? And D and L forms are mirror images to each other. अगर ये D glucose है तो इसका L glucose क्या होगा, इसका mirror image लेना पड़ेगा आपको. Don't just interchange these two, then it won't be called as glucose. Is this clear?
हाँ.
कुछ डाउट है तो
हाँ,
पूछो. All compounds that can be correlated with D-glyceraldehyde are assigned the configuration D, and similarly for L. Okay? जो भी D-glyceraldehyde जैसा दिखता है नीचे बॉटम मोस्ट में, it will be called as D. जो बॉटम मोस्ट में एल जैसा एल ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड जैसे जो दिखता है, इट विल बी कॉल्ड एज एल. ओके. अब ये जो डी ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड है, if I increase one carbon atom, can I make D glucose? देखो, इससे और एक कार्बन आइटम बढ़ाओ. कार्बन आइटम बढ़ाते समय वो जो OH है, राइट हैंड साइड पे भी लगा सकते हो आप लोग, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे भी लगा सकते हो. सो दोनों कॉम्पाउंड्स है. ग्लूकोज में OH कहाँ पे रहेगा? राइट हैंड साइड में रहेगा. सो यू चूज दैट कॉम्पाउंड. उसके बाद और एक कार्बन बढ़ाओ. उस कार्बन पे अगेन OH लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में भी लगा सकता हूँ, राइट हैंड साइड में भी लगा सकता हूँ. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे लगाया तो इट विल रिप्रेजेंट और इट विल बी सिमिलर टू दैट ऑफ ग्लूकोज. सो ये कंपाउंड बनने के बाद और एक कार्बन बढ़ा के यू कैन हैव OH ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड और ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड. सो सब बढ़ाते हुए यू कैन अराइव एट ग्लूकोज. समझ में आया मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? मतलब इफ यू आर स्टार्टिंग विथ आई एम स्टार्टिंग विथ डी ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड. डी से स्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा, तभी हमको डी ग्लूकोज मिलेगा, है कि नहीं? I'm starting with D-glyceraldehyde. Is it an triose, tetrose, pentose? कितने कार्बन है इसमें?
3.
3 carbons ना. So this is a triose. अभी मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? I am increasing a carbon. I am making a tetrose. ये तो वही रहेगा. D glyceraldehyde में जो है वही है. You can place the OH on the right hand side, which will lead to the formation of this compound, or you can place the OH on the left hand side. ये तो वैसा ही है, which will lead to this compound. These two are tetroses. Okay. These two are tetroses, and इनके नेम से this is D-erythrose. No need to remember these things, extra information है, and this is called as D-threose. Okay. अभी इनका भी 2 वेरिएशंस हो सकता है. इफ यू आर इंक्रीजिंग द नंबर ऑफ कार्बन एटम्स, क्या क्या होगा? अभी और एक कार्बन एटम आ गया है, उसके अंदर OH आप लोग राइट हैंड साइड पुट कर सकते हो, बाकी सब सेम होगा. H OH H OH, ये CH2OH है, यहाँ पे CHO, एक बार OH राइट हैंड साइड में लगाओ, यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में लगाओ, यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन. ओके. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज, this compound is called as D-ribose. ये याद रखना आपको बेनिफिशियल रहेगा, बिकॉज दिस इज पार्ट ऑफ DNA RNA, राइबोन्यूक्लिक एसिड, डीऑक्सीराइबोस न्यूक्लिक एसिड. ओके. and this is called as D-arabinose. Okay. If you want to form a glucose, इसमें if you are extending a carbon, you can get glucose. Ribose से नहीं बनेगा, arabinose से बनेगा. Okay, arbutinous में if you are including if you are increasing one more carbon, then it can be converted into a glucose, D-glucose. Okay. Similarly, ये जो है D-threose जो है, ये भी दो पार्ट्स में हो सकता है. Everyone there in the lecture? Hello?
हाँ सर.
Okay. यहाँ पे OH, यहाँ पे OH, हाइड्रोजन, हाइड्रोजन, CHO. आप लोग OH इस साइड, हाइड्रोजन इस साइड, OH इस साइड, हाइड्रोजन इस साइड. No need to remember these names. ये जरूरत नहीं, but they are also D-xylose, and this is called as D-lixose. Okay. D-ribose, ये याद रखना आप लोग. Remember this because this is part of DNA and RNA. So वो याद रखो, वो important है हमारे लिए. Okay. अभी ये राइबोस का भी 2 पार्ट्स होगा. फर्दर एक्सटेंड किया तो आई एम टेकिंग राइबोस, CHO, CH2OH, यहाँ तक सब कुछ सेम होगा. हाइड्रोजन, 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 OH, OH, OH. यहाँ पे OH दे सकते हो, यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन होगा, या यहाँ पे OH रख सकते हो, तब यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन होगा. ओके. Again these names, this is called as D-allose, this is called as D-altrose. No need to remember them, it's okay. ये याद भी नहीं रखा चलेगा. D-arabinose देखो, from D-arabinose you will get D-glucose. यहाँ पे CHO, समझ में आ रहा है ना मैं इधर क्या कर रहा हूँ? If you are having OH on this side, यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन, राइट? If you are having on OH on this side, this is nothing but glucose. Everyone, ये जो है this is ultimately this is D-glucose, and ये जो है this is ultimately This is called as D-mannose या mannose. ग्लूकोज, डी ग्लूकोज, डी मन्नोज. ये दोनों में फर्क क्या है? All the things are same except the configuration at this carbon. इस कार्बन पे उल्टा हुआ है. Okay, those compounds which are having a difference only at one carbon, they are called as epimers. ये जो ग्लूकोज एंड मन्नोज जो है, these two are called as epimers. What are epimers? The compounds which will have configuration different only at one carbon, and they are also, ये जो है, these are called as C2 epimers. ये फर्स्ट कार्बन हुआ, ये सेकंड कार्बन हुआ. सेकंड कार्बन के ऊपर उन दोनों का कॉन्फ़िगरेशन अलग है. ओके, C2 epimers. समझ में आया?
हाँ सर.
ओके, सो टोटल हमने बढ़ाते हुए कितना कंपाउंड्स बनाया इधर? 1 2 3 4, इधर 4 मिलाना 6 मेंबर्ड का. वैसा ही इनको भी एक्सटेंड किया तो और 4 मिलेंगे. सो टोटल 8 मिला. ये by extending D-glyceraldehyde. Similarly, if you extend L-glyceraldehyde, you will again get 8. 8 plus 8, 16. Total 16 compounds. अभी हमने केवल इन दोनों को एक्सटेंड किया. इन दोनों को भी एक्सटेंड करते तो हर एक को एक्सटेंड करने से 2 मिलेंगे. 2 + 2 4. यहाँ पे 4 है. टोटल 8 हुआ. By extending carbons on D-glyceraldehyde, you got 8 hexoses. Similarly, if you extend carbons on L, you will get another 8 hexoses. Total 16 हुआ. Out of all these 16 structures, only this particular structure is called as glucose, D-glucose. Okay. Is this clear?
हाँ.
Okay. ये जो लिक्सोस है, कहाँ पे ड्रॉ किया हमने? हाँ, लिक्सोस को एक्सटेंड किया तो केवल लिक्सोस को ले रहा हूं मैं. CHO, CH2OH, okay, this is D-lixose. If you are extending lixose, you will get galactose. Galactose important है, वो याद रखना, क्योंकि बाद में we will encounter galactose. H, OH, this is D-galactose. Once observe D-glucose and D-galactose. इन दोनों में फर्क क्या है? D-glucose और D-galactose में. If you see the fourth carbon पे, if you are inverting this, यहाँ पे OH कर लिया, यहाँ पे H कर लिया, you will get back glucose. तो D-galactose जो है, D-galactose is C4 epimer. of D-glucose. C2 epimer is mannose. C4 epimer is galactose. Okay. And are they diastereomers? What are meant by what are diastereomers? They are not mirror images of each other. Diastereomers are stereoisomers which are not mirror images of each other. If they are mirror images, they are called as enantiomers. These two are not mirror images of each other. You are changing the configuration at only one carbon. Okay. So final कुछ points लिख रहा हूँ. Diastereomers that differ in configuration. A terms important epimers. Yes, sir. In configuration at only one chiral carbon. At only one chiral carbon are called epimers. Okay. ये जो D और L forms है, those are enantiomers because they are mirror images. D and L forms are enantiomers of each other. Is this clear?
हाँ सर.
ओके. ठीक है, यहाँ तक ही करते हैं. ये जो इसमें जो एक्सटेंड करके आप लोग को ये स्ट्रक्चर सब कुछ बनाया ना, इसमें आप लोग को याद रखना है तो यू नीड टू रिमेम्बर ओनली राइबोस एंड देन यू नीड टू रिमेम्बर द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ गैलेक्टोज 2. ओके. गैलेक्टोज इंपॉर्टेंट है, राइबोज इंपॉर्टेंट है. ग्लूकोज का तो हमको पता होना ही चाहिए. एंड ये याद रख लिया तो इफ ग्लूकोज एंड मन्नोज आर C2 epimers, ग्लूकोज का स्ट्रक्चर में सेकंड कार्बन पे कॉन्फ़िगरेशन इन्वर्ट कर लिया तो यू विल गेट मन्नोज. ओके. एंड रिमेंबर द गैलेक्टोज एज C4 epimer. C4 epimer जैसे याद किया तो फोर्थ कार्बन पे अगर कॉन्फ़िगरेशन को उल्टा किया तो यू कैन ड्रॉ द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ गैलेक्टोज. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone.